Thank you so much for attending. Appreciate that. Today's webinar is going to be on the guest's buying journey. So I want to walk everyone through the experience that your guests are going through, from research to experiencing your website to utilizing your online booking engine. And with that will come some statistics of how people are going through that process, as well as some takeaways for you guys to go and measure, check, and implement on your own. So yeah, without further ado, I'm going to get going here. So a little bit about me. My name is Josh Wise. My role here at RezStream is the VP of Customer Success. So ultimately, my responsibility is to make sure our clients are happy and continue to stay happy with our products and services, and make sure that they're working out for our clients and they're getting good value. I am a Colorado native, born and raised here, so I'm pretty proud about that, with a lot of implants that come in and out of the state. I'm a softball coach. My daughter is 8 years old, and she plays on a softball team, and I help coach that team. And it's absolutely amazing and also extremely frustrating all at the same time. They're still at that age where the hand-eye coordination hasn't fully developed, and half the girls want to play in the dirt and chase butterflies around, but seeing smiles on those kids' faces is Okay, sorry about that. I got cut off. My bad. I don't know what happened. The phone call dropped. So here I am back again. Okay, so continuing on, think of paid advertisement or pay-per-click as a sprint. So unlike SEO that it's a marathon, pay-per-click is a sprint, meaning that you can set up an AdWords account today, and tomorrow you can be listed on page 1 for terms in which you are targeting, right? And so in combining both your SEO marathon takes time because everyone and their brother is trying to get listed on page 1. With pay-per-click, I can do that immediately. So using these two marketing tactics in combination with each other are extremely powerful in creating the ultimate goal of increasing your visibility, right? At the end of the day, you want to be visible to the people that are willing to buy your product and service, right? And so you have to strategically go after the keywords that they're searching on, and you need to be visible when that happens. And it needs to be appealing enough that they click on those, they go to your website, and they fall in love with the experience that you're offering. They like the value for what it is that you're charging, and then they ultimately make that booking. That's what we're all looking for, okay? Now, the majority of people I talk to, small lodging properties, are scared to death of pay-per-click because they're unfamiliar with it. They don't necessarily control it. They don't know how it works. Maybe they had a bad experience because they've tried it before and it wasn't working, okay? In our 13 years of doing this and my 10 years of being here at RezStream, I've not one time ever in the hundreds of clients we've done marketing for not seen a return on investment on a pay-per-click account over a 12-month period of time. So in essence, that means that if you spend whatever, $5,000 over a 12-month period of time in pay-per-click advertising, there's always a return on investment when done right with marketing agencies like RezStream. If you're trying to do it yourself, you're probably going to get different results. If you're signing up with the cheapest marketing person that you can find that's promising you the world, you're probably not going to get good results, okay? So keep those things in mind here. Now, moving on and wrapping up the search engine experience, here's the best analogy that I can give to you, okay? Think of the internet as a highway, and there's a gazillion cars going on the highway and it's rush hour traffic, right? Cars nonstop 24/7. The internet never sleeps, okay? So the internet is a highway. Think of every page of your website as a billboard, okay? Every page of your website has an opportunity to be optimized for the search engine optimization, on-page optimization, okay? And it needs to be. And the more pages of your website that are optimized, the more billboards that you have displaying on that internet highway. We've all driven down the highway before. We've all seen a billboard. We've all pulled off and got something to eat or gotten gas or whatever it is that we've done. And so the more billboards you have on the internet highway, the more likely people are to pull off and go visit you. And what I mean by that is your website, right? So if you do not have optimization on every page of your website, you're doing it wrong, okay? You need to do that. You need to take advantage of that. And it never stops, and here's why. Google, the internet, and the billboards, they love sites that continue to grow, okay? So a blog is a great way to continue to grow your website, because when you think about your website, you have a home page, you got rooms page, you got a contact us page, you likely got an about us page, right? But if you continue to blog once a month at least, you're adding a new page to your website, which is adding a new opportunity to optimize that page, which is adding a new opportunity to get a brand new billboard on that internet highway, okay? So if you're not taking advantage of that, you've got a great opportunity to do so, right? The more billboards on the internet highway, the more likely people are to visit you and spend their money with you, which is ultimately what you're looking for, right? Okay. All right. Moving along, let's talk and transition into the website experience, okay? So your guests, the buyers in their journey, they start with the research on the search engines. They navigate to the websites based on the ads that they click or the links that they're clicking in the organic search, and now they're on their website. And we need to make sure that not only were you found on the search engines, but now we've got their attention, okay? Now they've progressed in that buying journey, and now they're on your website, and they need to have a phenomenal experience, okay? So take a look at this. This is a screenshot of a property, okay? Now, what I want you to notice here is the first thing that a guest is going to see about this experience is on my computer screen, I've got all this empty space. I got all this empty space, okay? And then I've got some really pretty stuff in between here, but what about all this space here, right? So this is not the best experience to be giving to your guests when they're judging you on everything, right? So at this point, they're kind of hectic, or not hectic, they're kind of concerned about, is this a legitimate business? What kind of product do they have? Do they have clean rooms? How much do they cost? Let me see some pictures. At this point, we need to help them understand the experience, okay? Now, take a look at this website, okay? Now, when I come here, I see a full big picture, wide imagery, right? I got wide imagery here. If I go back, I don't have big wide imagery here. What am I trying to say? Excuse me. I'm losing grand real estate here by not filling out full wide imagery here, right? But on this one, I am. Now, these two properties are very similar in their product offering and their pricing, but when I come to the website here, I'm getting a different type of experience, right? Now, regardless if I'm showing the outside of the property or I'm showing a room, I'm giving them wide and rich imagery, right? And that's what everyone cares about today, right? Our attention spans are so short today. Text messaging, videos, chats, instant messaging, and all that stuff. Our attention spans are immediate, right? We want instant gratification, and that's what wide imagery does. It helps me convey the experience. It helps the guests understand that experience, right? And so that's exactly what we need to deliver them. Here's another example, wide imagery here, right? I'm taking advantage of the entire screen. I'm showing them exactly what they're going to see when they first pull up, right? It's very clear, and I'm starting that experience and helping them understand what they're going to get. Now, studies show that 55% of travelers list photos as helpful content when looking to book trips, right? So it's important. And that old saying of a picture is worth 1,000 words, that is so much more true today than it was 3, 5, 10, 20 years ago because of our desire as a society to have instant gratification, right? So it's important that you're taking advantage of this. Now, with that being said, my personal opinion and where we see the best results is when people hire professional photographers, okay, and you get the quality pictures, okay? It is a worthwhile investment. It could be $2,000 to $5,000 to $10,000 depending upon who you work with, but it's worth it, guys. Yes, I know maybe you took photography in school, and yes, I know you have a wonderful digital camera, but having an expert who does it for a living, the quality is so much more valuable, and the results are going to be so much more valuable. So I would strongly encourage you to invest in professional photography. Okay, moving on in that experience. Now, we need to make sure that we have a responsive website. As I mentioned earlier, a responsive website is a website that conforms to fit the device that the website is being viewed on. So whether it's a smartphone or a tablet like an iPad, or whether it's a laptop or a desktop, your website needs to give the same quality experience on all of those devices to your users, okay? Now, mobile travel reservations, so bookings on mobile devices, has surpassed $40 billion, okay? And it's contributing over 25% of the total online travel market revenue, guys. And there's another statistic here by Focusrite that says only 29% of people who have encountered a non-mobile optimized website actually continued on that process. So what that's saying is mobile is relevant. You need to have a strong mobile presence. It needs to be a wonderful experience, and you need to have a responsive website, okay? So this is crucial to that guest buying journey because this is how your guests and today's travelers, whether they're leisure or whether they're business, are experiencing your brand, okay? So you need to make sure that that's on point. Okay, videos. YouTube is, everyone's heard of YouTube. Everyone on this call has heard of YouTube, right? You've probably watched a video on YouTube, or your friends, families, whatever has watched videos on YouTube. People love videos, okay? That doesn't mean you need to go and turn every page of your website into a video. That doesn't mean that you need a 5 to 10 minute video, but videos help people understand the experience that they're getting, and when they're in that buying journey on your website, videos can help assist them in closing them to making an online booking, okay? According to Expedia Media, ComScore, 81% of online travel bookers are consulting videos before deciding to purchase a product. So videos are relevant, right? So what type of conversions or revenue or bookings are you missing out on because you have no videos? That's an opportunity for you to improve. Okay, let me talk about navigation here, okay? Now, horizontal navigation is typically the more preferred user-friendly navigation, but some people have vertical navigations, and that's okay, but I want you to think of something. Okay, obviously I can't hear you, you can't talk back to me, but think about this. How do you read things? How do you read text messages, web pages, newspapers, books? You read top to bottom and left to right, okay? That's consistent, we all do it the same way. Now, to me, this is a bad example of a navigation, not because it's horizontal, but here's a couple reasons why this is a bad navigation and a bad user experience in that guest buying journey. Look how many options there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Have you ever been to the store like me and you're looking for ranch dressing and you walk in the dressing aisle and there are literally 80 options of ranch dressing? That overwhelms me and gives me anxiety, right? That's too many options. Same thing can be said here. Let's be clear and concise. Can we consolidate any of these things? Can we move some of these things under areas so that we have drop downs? Okay, that's the first thing. The second thing that I want to point out, over 90% of everyone that ever visits your website will land on the home page. The very first word or section in your navigation should never be the word home. Why? Because more than 90% of everyone that lands on your website is on the home page, and people read top to bottom and left to right, and so our navigation needs to be ordered based on things that make us money. And if everyone's already starting on the home page, why am I taking up prime real estate with the word home when they're already there? In today's world, website and internet users know that if you click on a logo on a website, it takes you to the home page. If you feel that it's adamant to have the word home in your navigation, park it at the very end on the far right and move things like rooms to the first spot in the navigation and the things that make you money in order. So if you do weddings, if you do restaurant, if you do tours, order those in the navigation from left to right based on the things that make you money. Okay, so that's a bad example. Here's a good example. Why? Because it has less categories and sections, although it could still be condensed here with video and gallery in my personal opinion. It starts with rooms and what makes the property money, and then look, here's a call to action, and it's highlighted and it stands out. It does not have the same equal weight as anything else here. It's saying, hey, subconsciously, pay attention to this, look at this, you want to do this, right? This is a good example of how a navigation should look. So homework for you. Go take a look at your navigation, and can you improve it in any way based on what you've learned today? Okay, moving on in the website experience. Compelling content, okay? Compelling content is something that is relevant, and in addition to wide imagery and videos and a strong navigation, for those people that like to read, it needs to be compelling. Now, not compelling in the sense that it's 5 paragraphs long. Be short and concise, okay? And make it engaging. Help them understand the experience. Pretend that you're writing a novel and you have to paint a picture for someone using only your words. Or pretend that you're doing play-by-play on a sporting event and no one has a TV, they only have a radio. You have to clearly and concisely convey an image in their mind that they cannot see through your words. Same thing should be said with your content, okay? And that doesn't stop on your home page. That should be on your rooms page, your specials page, your activities page, within your booking engine. Put in the effort, guys. It is worth it, because those are the things that makes the difference in those guests in that buying journey spending their money with you, okay? They're judging you, and they want to give you their money, otherwise they wouldn't be on your website. So let's make sure that we do everything in our power to capture them Do not cut corners here. Okay, moving along. The booking engine experience. So what is a booking engine? It's what sits on your website. It's what people go into. They put in their dates. They see your availability of rooms for those dates, and they continue, and ultimately they give you their contact and payment information, right? That's the action that we want everyone to take who visits our website, okay? Now, some of you want them to call and you want to talk to them. Well, more than 65% of everyone that books lodging does so online. So let's make sure our booking engine is on point, and we also have that as an option, okay? Now, moving on here, what can enhance that experience, and what do we need to do? You need to have booking engine widgets on every page of your website, okay? And here's what I mean by that. And I'll go through this example in a second, so don't get lost here. Stay with my words. Some people who visit your website care about the history of the property, and they want to read about it, and that's what's going to ultimately hook them into buying. Some people care about pictures. Some people care about your pricing, okay? So who are we to tell them when they're ready to buy? We're not. We need to make sure that we give them the easiest method to buy when they've decided they're at their point of give us their money, okay? And by having booking engine, what we call widgets on every page of your website, we're saying, hey, we want to make it as convenient for you to give you for you to give us your money and make a purchase here, that here are some booking engine widgets, and they're on every page. So whether you're on the specials page, the about us page, a rooms page, an activities page, here's a quick and easy method of getting into the booking engine, searching our rooms, and giving us your contact and billing information. So this first widget up here is what we call a quick booking widget, and this needs to be on every single page of your website, okay? This one here is what we refer to as an individual calendar widget. These should go on your individual rooms pages, okay? So if someone searches online and they see your billboard and they go to your website from the internet highway and they love what they see on the website, wide, rich imagery, videos, compelling content, and then they drive down and they're looking at the John Wayne Suite and they fall in love with everything about the John Wayne Suite, you should be giving them the availability of the John Wayne Suite. Do not just dump them into a booking engine where it shows them all 20 of your room options, and then they have to go searching again for the John Wayne Suite that they fell in love with, right? So this individual unit calendar should be on your individual room detail pages, okay? Same thing should apply for your unit types. If someone navigates through that whole process I just described and gets down to your king room, you should give them availability calendar individually for your king rooms. Don't just dump them into a booking engine and let them search through your queens and your 2 beds and all that other stuff. Give them what they want, guys. Make it as convenient as possible. So, homework. I want you to go to your website. I want you to navigate to a rooms page. I want you to go make a fake booking, and I want you to experience that. And if you don't do that constantly, then you've got room for improvement here, because you need to make sure that your guests during that buying journey have the best experience possible, and you going through it yourself personally is a great way to make sure that that happens. Now, this last widget here on this page is what we call just a 2-month calendar, okay? So this is where you can take guests or visitors to your website when they just want to see all of the options, right? So think of this as a kayak where they're putting all the options in one place, or an OTA like Expedia or Booking.com where you see all the different options. When someone engages with this calendar, they're saying, hey, here's the dates I want to go, and show me everything that you have available, and I'll search and make my pick from there. Whereas this one here is saying, hey, I want the John Wayne room. Let me see when the John Wayne room is available, because I'm ready to roll right now. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. All right, next part of that booking engine experience. When a guest transfers from your website into your booking engine, and 99.9% of you are paying a vendor like RezStream to provide that booking engine technology because you neither have the skill nor desire to create your own proprietary booking engine. You're basically renting it from someone else that does it for a living. That needs to be a seamless transition, okay? So here's an example of a crappy transition. Excuse my language. Back here, and I want to block all this stuff out because I don't want to embarrass anybody, but back here what you're seeing, this is the colors of the website, okay? This is the booking engine, okay? This is not a seamless transition. People can get confused depending upon their age and experience on the internet and think that maybe they're on a different site, they're being hacked, and they're going to abort this experience. So this transition needs to be smooth from what your website looks like into your booking engine, okay? So this is a bad example. Here's a good example. This stuff back here is the website. This here is their booking engine. This is a seamless transition in terms of colors and branding, right? There is no confusion here that I am no longer on this particular website. It is very clear that this is the same exact thing, okay? This is a beautiful transition. So homework, go to your booking engine. Is it completely different? Is it a different theme? Is it a bad transition? Because a lot of people fall off when they start to go into that booking engine, and that's where we want to ensure that that wonderful experience happens. If we kill ourselves and spend money to make sure that we can be found on the internet highway, and we have a lot of billboards and SEO and pay-per-click, and we spend a lot of time, money, and effort making sure that our website experience is user-friendly, wide, rich imagery, videos, compelling content, great navigation, and then we transition them into the booking engine and it's a crappy experience, guess what? They go bye-bye and all that effort is for nothing, okay? So don't just put all your eggs in the SEO basket, search engine optimization, pay-per-click. Don't just put all your eggs in the website usability experience. It has to translate over into the booking engine as well, because this is part of the buying journey. And at that point where they have their credit card out ready to give it to you, you need to make sure that you're optimizing your booking engine to ensure that wonderful experience continues, okay? Okay, another point that you need to be looking into as it relates to your booking engine is your booking engine needs to clearly and concisely identify how many steps are in that process. I don't know about you, but I've been to booking engines, I've been to retail sites, and I'm checking out in a shopping cart, and the steps just keep coming. They just keep happening, and they're asking me for more info and more info and more info, and here I am at work on my lunch break at 2 a.m. in the morning because I can't sleep, and I'm ready to book a trip to get out of Dodge, and I don't know how many steps are left. So people will abort or abandon their booking process if you do not clearly let them know, hey, you got 4 steps here. Right now, you're on step 1. So go double check and make sure that your booking engines have that. And if they don't, start making phone calls and raising the flag and let your booking engine provider know that their solution isn't good enough and they need to do something about it. Okay? All right. Another point to be made on the booking engine experience, and this is something that you absolutely can control and you should not be lazy about. Okay? You need to make sure that you have consistent room names, nice images, and descriptions. That is easy to do. Take the time to do it. So 2 examples here, and this is within the same booking engine. This room name is different from this room name, but it's the same damn thing. This option to book doesn't even have a picture. This option to book has a picture but doesn't have a description. Okay, this is not rocket science. This is easy. And we need to make sure that that experience continues into our booking engine. This is the most important step. We've put all the work on being found on the internet highway. We've put all the work in making sure that we share with the guests the experience of our website. And now we need to put the work into the booking engine. And this is just one more step. So go check your booking engine and make sure this stuff is in play. Okay. We need to make sure that those room descriptions and those images are good. Okay. Here's some examples of some good descriptions. Things that are not good descriptions: king bed, a private bath. King bed, 32-inch TV, private bath. That's not good enough, okay? Let's put the time in writing a description that contains that visual experience that we've already given them, right? And let's make sure that we have nice images and we have more than one, okay? Let's have more than one image to give guests an experience. We know a picture is worth 1,000 words. Just because you had 20 pictures of the unit on your website doesn't mean that that correlates to the booking engine. Maybe someone comes into your booking engine without going to your website. Don't assume the path that they're taking. Be phenomenal at that experience at every interaction, okay? All right. Something else I see booking engine providers get wrong, and it drives me absolutely cuckoo, is displaying units that are not available before the units that are available. So ResNexus is a big no-no of this, and I hate to put them on blast, but go tell them, please, and hopefully they get it right because they've been doing it wrong for a decade. But what they do is they'll show you rooms that are not available when a guest enters their dates before they show you rooms that are available, okay? That's insane. People don't want to go enter dates to see what you do not have available. That doesn't help them, right? So here's an example of how to do it the right way. You enter your dates. The first option is what is available. Book me now, yay. If you don't like that option, here's another option for you that is not available. Click right here to find out when it is. This is the right way to do it, okay? If your booking engine is not doing it this way, pick up the phone, start raising hell, and tell them they're not doing it good enough and make them change it. Okay, point of sale items and packages. This is important, right? You can't live and die off your room revenue alone. If you want to make more money, instead of having to raise your rates, which a lot of you don't like to do, start offering things to enhance their experience. Why are people coming? What type of demographic is coming? Is it singles? Is it couples? Is it families? What are they doing while they're there? Offer point of sale items and packages to enhance that experience. Now, what a lot of people say to me is, gosh, I ain't got time for all of that. I'm already wearing multiple hats. I'm cooking breakfast. I'm helping a housekeeper. I'm booking things, hiring people, firing people, running invoices, and all that stuff, right? Well, come up with point of sale items and packages that are easy to deliver, that are items that will not perish, like flowers or fresh fruit. If someone comes to your area because they like to go hiking, you could have a package that's snacks, right? It's trail mix, it's granola bars, it's Gatorades. That's stuff that you could go buy in bulk at your local Costco or Sam's Club, and it's stuff that can sit on your shelf for a year or more or whatever, and it's not something that's going to expire in 2 weeks, right? That's easy, guys. So if you want more money or you want a higher per transaction amount paid to you, start incorporating point of sale items and packages, okay? And do that in your booking engine. Okay, other factors that play a role here, and I'm almost done here, other factors that play a role here in your booking experience is minimum night stays. If you don't have to have minimum night stays, don't. It's just one other hurdle that's being imposed upon someone when they're trying to give you their money. Deposits. Okay, you should get skin in the game. Yes, I agree. However, don't make your deposit so crazy that you're asking for 100% up front, right? Things change in people's world. They may not want to give you 100% of their money, but asking them for some type of deposit is absolutely okay and encouraged. Your cancellation policy, okay? If your cancellation policy is so strict, because as a business, you don't want to be left with an empty room, so you go crazy on a cancellation policy and say, hey, if you cancel this, I'm taking 100% of your deposit. We have to be more flexible, guys. Do all the work on the internet highway and the wonderful website and the phenomenal booking engine only to scare them away because your cancellation policy is so strict, okay? Things change in people's lives. They're not out to screw you over. Don't assume the worst. Let's make it friendly enough and within reason that it's not going to discourage them from giving you their payment information, right? Okay, so go check your stuff on your booking engine as homework and make sure that you're not doing anything crazy here that would discourage people. Okay, so the conclusion here, wrapping up. Invest in developing a strong online presence, okay? 60% of leisure travelers are looking on the search engines. 55% of business travelers are doing so. If you're not doing search engine optimization, you've got an opportunity to improve and create new business, okay? Organic search should drive the majority of your website traffic and revenue. If you're relying on OTAs or directories or repeat business, that stuff is going to stop. You are not going to be able to grow, okay? So before it's too late, let's start being proactive, okay? Let's develop a website that reflects today's best practices, okay? Wide, rich imagery, responsive websites, videos, engaging content, strong navigations with clear calls to actions. These are imperative in today's modern world, in everyone being on the internet and expecting a wonderful experience, okay? If you're not giving a wonderful experience, you're being lazy because it's not that hard. So let's step our game up, okay? And then lastly here, let's utilize our booking engine to convert the website visitors. That's what we want people to do. If someone books online, and more than 65% of everyone that books lodging does so online, let's make sure that we give them a great experience in that booking engine, right? With all the things we talked about, good images, strong descriptions, a nice theme that helps the transition from website into booking engine, no crazy minimums, cancellation, or deposit policies. This is the last step in that buying journey. Let's not mess it up because we put all the work into being visible and giving them a good website experience, okay? All right, lastly, here's information. If you have questions, comments, please reach out to me. I'd love to hear from you. Here's my email. Here's my direct line, okay? RezStream provides a full package of these solutions. We combine it from step A to Z. We've been doing it for over a decade. Use us, leverage us, lean on us, please. That's what we're here for. If you take nothing else away from today, I want you to go to our website and I want you to look at our resource guides. We have put definitive guides, step-by-step instructions on the things I've covered today: internet marketing, website design, online booking engine, and many more. We will empower you to educate yourself and go do it yourself. If you don't want to go that route and you'd like to use a company like RezStream, we'd love to help you out, okay? And here's some other social media platforms that you can follow us on. We're all about education, guys. We're an industry leader here for small independent lodging properties with these tools to help you improve and increase your revenue. And so lean on us, guys, if nothing else, at least for the education. And it's not our opinions, it's our experience and data of our clients, okay? All right, guys, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. Hope you have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye-bye.